she the rock. Hey, okay. Hey, there we getting it done. Shout Travell, girl, you know. Hey.
We gotta say it again. We gotta say the shout out to Travell part again.
Hey. You know this part. Okay. Mind your business. Wait again a minute. 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 What? Hey, wait again a minute. Hey, wait again a minute. Hey. Oh.
Welcome to another episode of Wait Again Minute. Today is Thursday.
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Sorry, I messed up y'all date. Wednesday.
February the 24th, 2021. Why am I nervous today, y'all?
Don't
Because we got
start.
Janet Jackson in the house tonight.
Don't do that.
Okay. We gotta laugh LOL dog.
Right. Sorry about that. Wait Again Minute podcast consists of unapologetic real talk, which happens every week. We talk about a wide range of topics from relationships, finances, entrepreneurship, so much more. Although we do interviews often, our podcast basically is conversations. We have healthy conversations that hopefully you can take and apply to your everyday life. So stay tuned to Wait Again Minute. Pint on the mic. That's a she, the rock.
Hey, wait again a minute.
Okay, y'all. So tonight we have our special guest, Martesha Watford.
Hello.
Martesha.
And of course, as y'all all know, we're Team Blessyn.
Yes,
Right,
Team
Team Blessyn. Yes.
So, Tisha, talk a little bit about Team Blessyn and how that all came about and who Blessyn is.
Okay, Blessyn is my daughter. She's the last child. My son is 16. Blessyn is, might as well say 4. She'll be 4 next month.
Okay.
She was diagnosed with cancer in May of 2019. It all started from fevers and around this season is when you get your sneezes, your coughs, your colds.
Allergies.
The typical doctor tell you, oh, it's just allergies, and that's pretty much what I was told.
Right.
So she was going to a babysitter, which she was just the only child at the time, and the babysitter would always call me and be like, Blessyn burning up. So I would take Blessyn to her doctor, and
Talking about this.
I would take Blessyn to her doctor, and they would tell me the same thing over and over. Oh, it's just allergies. Oh, it's just, she just has a virus.
Right.
So I believed. I was like, okay, this is the doctor. This is what he's telling me. Mm-hmm. So it was like 7 months of the same thing over and over.
How many times you go to the doctor?
Oh my God, she was there at least once a month.
For the
same thing. So he gave her some allergy medicine. He was like, look, this is her allergy. So I was like, why is she throwing up every morning? Like, she would throw up every morning, yellow. So I knew by the time she got up, it would be like 30 minutes. She gonna vomit.
What?
So I'm like, okay. I just literally got to the point where I was sitting there and wait. Okay, you about to throw up. So I took her to the doctor, Dr. Grosso. He was like, she's allergic to pollen. So he was like, the pollen is settling in her system, and she gonna throw it up in the morning.
And that's why it was yellow.
Right.
Wait again a minute.
So to me, I'm like, okay, pollen is yellow. Right. Maybe it makes sense.
So it makes sense.
So he gave her some allergy medicine. It worked. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay, maybe she just got bad allergies. Mm-hmm. So started up again. I'm like, no. So she would get to the point where the babysitter would call me and be like, Blessyn's sleeping all day. So I'm like, that ain't like her. But I noticed her eyes would get like real puffy. So when I took her back to Grosso, he was like, he looked in her eyes and he was like, okay, yeah, her allergies getting worse. I'm like, nah. So I took her to the park one day and she sat on the swing and she fell asleep.
On the swing?
So I was like, she's tired. So she wouldn't even walk to me when we got home. So I was like, come in, and I felt bad because I was like, look, I'm not about to spoil you. You need to walk. Come on, I'm not about to hold you.
Right.
So I was like, nah, something ain't right. Like, she don't have energy. She's not being a typical child. So I took her to the ER. They was like, Mom, she has a heart murmur. So I was like, what is that from? Oh, it's just from her temperature. Mm-hmm. Again, I'm like, okay, I'm going to just go home and give her Tylenol.
What hospital was that, Martesha?
That was Velocity.
Okay.
But she was going to Dr. Grosso.
Okay.
And he was the one telling me that it was just allergies.
Okay.
So I took her back to Grosso. I'm like, look, she has a heart murmur. They told me to revisit her doctor. Mm-hmm. He said, okay, I'm going to just let you see a heart doctor within a month. We want you to go see him. So my mom was like, no. So I called mom, was like, Mom, no. We going to the ER tonight. Like, we need to know what's going on tonight because this not making sense. Allergies ain't affecting a child like this. You went from allergies to now a heart murmur. Right. So when we got to CHKD that night, it was just me and my mom. I don't know what led her to ride with me. Right. But she was like, you ain't going by yourself. So I was like, okay. So we get to CHKD. They was like, it's just a virus. We don't see anything wrong with her. I was like, can y'all please do blood work on her? They was like, Mom, we don't see a reason to do blood work. I said, no, something is wrong with her. She don't even look like my child. Like, Blessyn would switch from my complexion to, I'm talking about the color of my hand in 5 minutes, but it'll come right back. So I was like, nobody changes colors and come back like that. So they was like, okay. I was like, look, she got Medicaid. You gonna run this
correct.
Run this blood work.
Right.
So they ran their blood work.
CHKD usually kind of good with that.
They said they didn't feel a need to run blood work on her. It was like, it's just something.
And you told them all the times you took your baby?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
So when they ran the blood work, it was like about 30 minutes. A doctor came in and was like, Mom, I'm lying. The chaplain came in there first. So when I saw a chaplain, I was like, she was like, I'm just waiting on the doctor. But I didn't know who she was at the time. Right. She just said, I'm waiting on the doctor. So then the doctor came in and was like, he never said anything about cancer. He said, look, we have to get your baby's heart in order first. And he was like, I said, what you mean? He was like, well, her blood count is low. I don't know how she made it in here.
Wow.
I was like, what you mean? He was like, her organs are about to shut down. So I just went outside. I'm screaming. I'm hollering. I'm like, look, I can't. Like, at this point, I don't know what else she about to say at me. Right. So my mama called my brother. She was like, look, I need help up here.
Oh, my God.
So I leave out. I come back in. Then I see another doctor. Dr. Owen comes in. And he was like, hi, I'm the oncologist. Glad to meet you. I didn't know what. My man wasn't even there with no oncologist. I'm like, okay, what, you just a heart doctor? Yeah. So he was like, look, she needs like 3 pounds. He said, what's wrong with her heart is, and why she's tired and why she's changing colors is because her heart is pumping, but it ain't nothing going there.
Oh, so well, no blood. She was losing blood. Okay.
Her heart is struggling. Like, I'm trying to stay. Oh
my goodness.
So at this point, what was Blessyn doing? Like, how was she? Was she laying in the bed?
She was still just laying there.
So she was laying there like normal, like nothing was really going on.
Just tired.
How old was she
2.
at that time? 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So then he said, she has leukemia. Again, my man's still thinking about the heart and thinking about what you just. I was like, what is that? Mm-hmm. I mean, knowing I knew what it was, but I don't think I was ready to accept. I said, well, what is leukemia?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He was like, the C word. I said, well, what is the C word?
He told you
He told you
the
C word.
He said he didn't want to come out and say it.
Okay.
Right.
So he was like, the C word. And I was like, what is that?
Right.
And he was like, cancer. I don't remember that after that. I just went outside. No, I didn't. By that time, my brother was already on his way. My mama was strong. She never cried, but she was in there just praying. So I called my friends to come up there. I don't know. They weren't with no help. They crying too. Of course. 2 of them couldn't come because they was like, Martesha, I can't do it. Mm-hmm. I understand. That's I understand it. Right. So I'm like, okay, where do I start? I can't give up. So I was like, Mom, I can't do this. Yeah. That's what I said. I was like, I can't do this, Mom. She was like, baby, you have to do it. I was like, I can't do it. Anybody that know me know if you throw up or if you even feel like you got to throw up, I can't do it. I don't like the sound of throw up. You can't be sick around me. Mm-hmm. Right. Like, Whitney used to sit down the street for me, and I'd be like, I call her, hey, I think Jacorian don't feel good. You got to run down here.
I used to do the same thing, Martesha.
I couldn't do it.
Girl.
So Whitney had to come down there.
Yeah, she had to come down there and take care of my kids. When she used to stay down the street with my mama, she used to have to come down here. And like when Blessyn was little, she choked. My mama got up in the middle of the night and was like, why is the ambulance? What is it doing here? I said, because my baby was choking.
What? You got an ambulance?
You panicked.
I can't do sickness. I just can't do sickness. I just can't do it. I couldn't do it.
That's right.
But now I have to do it.
Right. So what made you change? Kind of like
I had no other choice.
She had a praying moment.
We stayed in ICU for about a week.
So from the time you took her to the emergency room at CHKD, she pretty much stayed in the hospital for that whole week after that.
Because he was like, we have to get her heart together first.
Right. One thing at a time.
And then we'll do her minor surgery. We're going to insert a port. I was like, well, what is that? He was like, well, we can't keep poking her. So we're going to put a box inside of her. So that way if she needs blood or whatever, we just go to her port. So I'm like, she got to go home with that.
No, you didn't.
And he was like, yeah. Because, I mean, it was life-changing for me. I'm like, now I have to deal with this. This is my child. I can't just say, girl, you be all right. I'll check on y'all. No, this is mine.
So when all this was going... Right, so when all this was going on and he giving you the C word and then he's saying about the port, then he talking about the murmur and he's doing all this talking, exactly what was going on in your head other than you can't do it?
To be honest.
At what point?
To be honest with you, death.
Right. Because you be scared.
Yeah. It was just cancer and death because I hadn't got to the point to ask any other questions. And then I'm like, well, what stage? I'm asking questions that they don't know yet.
Right.
But I'm just like, okay, so where we at? Like, what happens?
Right.
And then I'm thinking about my son. I'm like, Lord Jesus, who gonna call my son? What I'm about to do?
Right.
Then my mama, she just still praying. My mama's still in her own world at this point.
She's out loud praying.
Right.
Yeah, she's still in her own world.
Right.
So my brother come up there. I ain't never seen him cry like that before. But my brother has been there since I had her, literally. Brought her home. Come over there every day. So I never seen him cry like that. So mama called him to be the strong one. But he can't be the strong one either.
Did her dad come up there?
No, he was incarcerated.
Okay.
But he found out. I didn't know how to tell him. So I got somebody else to tell him. So it was kind of like, the only thing he could tell me was to be strong. You know, he couldn't be there for me. So he had his little own issues. The counsel was calling me, hey, can you talk to him, please?
Right.
And I'm just like, I don't know how to be strong for him right now. I can't. Like, I don't.
No time is
You still trying to
Put all this energy
Yeah.
into for Blessyn.
Yeah.
And it's ironic that you named her Blessyn.
Yes.
And y'all know what? When I got pregnant with her, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't want no more kids. And I kept telling him, I'm not about it. I don't want no more kids.
Right.
But when I found out I was a girl, I was like, I'm gonna name her Blessyn because this my blessing. I'm done. We done.
Right.
He didn't have any kids, and I was done. Thought I was done, but we had our daughter, so
That is me. Her name Blessyn.
yeah, and definitely my blessing.
She's
And I can just imagine how at that time how you was feeling because you know how as mothers, soon your baby fall off the bed or do the basic little, strategy. You like, how you get that strategy in your face? What happened to my baby? Who did whatever? So for someone to come and tell you it's more than a stretch or it's more than she fell off the bed, that have to be like devastating.
Yeah, and then I started feeling the blame game. I'm like, well, what if I would have been took her to the doctor, to they stage hitting, or like, what was it that I could have done at home to figure this out sooner? Because now I'm like, oh my God, I've been taken to the doctor for 7 months, so that means.
So what about her
7
doctor?
whole
You shared it
months?
with him. How that conversation go?
Right.
So I went up there and asked for her records because I'm like, okay, at this point, I need to know why was she coming to you this many times and you not once did blood work. So I reached out to other doctors, and from what they was telling me was cancer is so rare in kids, so it's not like you just take a shot and then they test you for it.
Gotcha.
Right.
But I was like, look, she had speech delay, yellow eyes, all this stuff, and when I Googled the signs of cancer,
All that was in it.
all that was there.
Speech delay too?
Yeah, because I remember her telling me, she kept saying, my baby not
I had just seen Lonnie at the store, and I was like,
And we was talking
she
about
not
it.
talking.
And I was like, well, y'all still not either, so don't feel bad. 'cause he
Right.
not
Yeah,
either.
So
she-
did that go through your mind to think that maybe they have y'all see your check when she was telling you all of this?
No.
Well, I didn't know she had cancer
Because she didn't
then.
know she had
Oh,
it.
okay.
I just
Concerned about her speech.
she
was
wasn't
just
talking. Like
We were just having a conversation.
it was like I could tell that she was, she wasn't talking. So they just sent her to speech therapy.
Gotcha.
And the therapist was like, ma'am, I'm 99.9% sure she's not gonna talk.
Really? So
Really?
basically, you doing all this. Excuse me, you doing all this, taking your baby to professionals that's supposed to know all of these things, that went to school, studied, and trained for all of these things, and they like pretty much. It seemed like they was like brushing you off, like, oh no, it's this, that, and the third. So by the time you finally take her to the emergency room at CHKD, they're telling you pretty much having the chaplain come in like she's almost out of here.
Yeah, the chaplain wanted to know would I give her blood, what was my religion, did I need to seek any psychological help, what was I,
Right,
and I understand that,
support,
right,
right. So I mean that's her job,
right.
but
Do Blessyn still attend that same doctor?
no.
Okay.
Her oncologist is her doctor for everything. So she don't go to a
Got
dentist.
you.
She don't go anywhere. That is her doctor.
Being that Dr. Grosso gave you all of that false information about everything that was going on with her at the time, did it make you lose trust in all the other doctors that then became a part of her, process with everything?
I ask more questions now. And
Because she said it's hard to detect.
Right,
in
but
children.
she also said when she got to the hospital, she told them, "Can you please send? Give her blood work because they were about to send you
Got
too."
you.
yeah.
Right.
So now I asked way more questions.
Okay.
And you can't just come tell me this is what's wrong with her. Because 9 times 10 when your nurse coming in, I'm gonna ask them the same question that I just asked you when you walked out. Or like if she goes to a visit and let's say she sees a different doctor, I'm gonna ask that doctor the same questions I asked the prior visit. I just want to see if you're gonna tell me the same thing.
Right.
But my suggestion is don't Google. I scared myself a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had a doctor tell me that.
I
Said,
Google
don't
a lot.
go there and Google nothing.
Oh yeah, I Google a lot. And I tell myself not to do it, but I
It
still
would
do.
mess you up.
Right.
I be like, well, what's the lifespan? And if you was to look at my phone, a lot of it was life. Cause at the time I was just thinking, Lord,
about to lose your
like
baby.
My baby.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. So
It's scary.
when my son went in his little mode or whatever, they sent the counselors to the hospital to talk to him, and that's pretty much what she told me. She was like, "Ma'am, he's worried and he thinks that his sister's gonna die, but he's a child, so I know he's gonna think like that. You hear cancer, you like, what you got? 30 days? What? 3 months? Whatever.
Right.
But
So let me ask you this: being that Blessyn was so young, and she was basically nonverbal, how could she tell you? How did you know when she was in pain? Well, how do you know that something was wrong if she wasn't physically?
because she's very active,
So she was just laying around.
and Blessyn would just lay around. And I could, like, she was so sick to the point where I could tell when she was gonna throw up. She'd just be like, anytime her stomach just started moving like this,
You
come
just
on,
would come out.
come on.
Process.
Yeah. So it was like, I knew she was in pain because it just couldn't come.
Right.
Or like, she would do this. So me being her mom, I knew what to look for. That's why I was real particular about who could keep her because, look, you got to look for this or you got to look for that. So when I left the hospital, had like 50 different things to look for. I'm like, ain't no way I can go back to work and send her with somebody to look for all these 8,000 things.
Right.
But I'm her mom and I can tell, like, or she wouldn't eat. I'm like, there's no way you going to. He was like, sometimes that's what toddlers do. Some toddlers just don't eat. Oh, trust me, they'll just end up eating.
Well, this is before they found out. Because I have heard that don't force them to eat. So what stage was it? A stage for the leukemia when you got her to?
Well, they did a test on that, and it came back high risk. So he didn't really say, okay, it's stage 1 or stage 2. He was like, she's high risk. So I was like, he didn't want to ask. And so that's why I had to make myself start asking questions because I was to the point where I don't want to ask questions that I don't want to answer
You
to.
don't heard the bad news, right?
So it took me a while to ask that. I was like, well, where is she at? He was like, high risk. I said, okay. I didn't ask that visit.
Okay. I was about to say, you that's what was happening.
I went home, Googled it, of course. And I was like, so I'm like, oh no, this ain't looking right. So the next visit, I was like, what do you mean high risk? He was like, he's already got the fluid around her brain. So that explained the speech to me.
Right.
She already got stuff going
She had
on.
so much going
Right.
on, it was working against her.
Right. So that's why we get spinal taps to attack the fluid around the brain.
Okay,
How often
so
does
she
she
gets
get
spinal
those?
tap. Okay.
Now we get them every other week.
Okay, so how is it doing? Is it
We are in remission.
Okay.
We've been in remission for a while now.
Yes, that's good.
what about
Thank
the
you,
fluid
Lord.
around her brain?
We have until September. And I asked her another visit. I was like, look, well, when are we going to get to the point where we do another test to make sure everything is, going the way it's supposed to
Lining
go?
up.
He was like, well, we don't do that. He said, what we do, we map out a plan at the beginning, and this is the plan we go with.
Right. Okay.
So it's not like we check in every blue moon.
It's like
But he was like, her immune system, her ANC level, if you know what that is, her
Yeah.
ANC, if that gets down and it takes forever to come back up and it just don't come up, then we know, okay, boom, something's attacking her again.
Right.
But I do know we was dropping as of last week. We are dropping. But I don't get scared.
That's good.
I don't get scared.
And you know what? It's crazy to hear you speak about it because to hear you talk about it a few minutes ago, and it was, you know, how one of your kids couldn't even throw up. To now you're like this bionic woman, like nothing sways you either way.
Cause I ran from my kids when they threw up.
you know,
Me too. I clean up
I
later.
ran
Just
from my
I don't want to
babies.
see you do it. I don't want to hear you do it. I'm gonna go clean it up.
I ran and I would be crying. I ran
But
from
it's
them.
nobody but God, because
That's
He
right.
built you up the whole time, even from birth, from naming her.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Like, and it's just like, when you sit back and you relax, you're like, what in the world? Like, it's, devil ain't got nothing to do with this. This is all God. This is all divine. Like, but it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, we stayed in the hospital for a month last year around February. That level would not come up. I mean, we dropped to 0. I was scared. We was in there a whole month. And I'm like, Lord.
But you know, you post her all the time, and
when people come,
I know it dropped.
yeah.
She is a happy. Blessyn is just happy, and she got character with her girl.
Yeah.
She's
yeah.
Talks mad
so
junk.
Last week he was like, look, he said, our numbers are coming down. And now I give her chemo at home every day. I give her a strong dose on Fridays, and then I give her chemo every day. But she used to it. She see that little thing, she ready
So how long she have to do that?
to the end of the term.
To the end of who?
To September.
Oh, okay.
So I gotta give it to, and this one specific dose, you can miss one dose. And that one dose you miss can cause a relapse like that.
Really?
So I don't play about that. Like literally, I got people that text me, "Hey, you gave her liquid yet?" Because I can't forget that
It's
one
a
medicine.
shot or a pill?
It's a liquid.
Okay. Let's
So I've been sent home with a lot of more stuff that I said I couldn't do. So, like the whole feeding tube, when she went eat, I was like, I can't go home with no feeding tube.
Right.
I said I can't do that because I feel like, what if she choking her sleep? What if I feed her too much? She can't tell me she's hungry. I don't know. Like,
Right.
I'm going to just cut this thing on and feed her.
Right.
I was like, I can't do that. So
And
they was
now
like,
you
Miss
doing
Watford, you can stay in the hospital if you want to. And we'll just do it. But I can't say how long you're going to be here.
Right.
Your mom
like-
was there to help you though.
She wanted to be. My mom wanted to be.
Oh, okay.
But by her taking care of my dad, she's taking care of my grandma. She had a
Right.
lot going on. So they came to the hospital. They showed me like maybe 2 days. They was like, this is how this gonna go. So I'm like, okay, you can either sit in this hospital or you can go home.
Yeah, 'cause you can't stay.
You gonna try, you have to try this.
Yeah. Eventually, yeah.
So I went home with that feeding tube, with the pole. I'm like, oh God, here we go.
You said the
So
pole?
it's like a little pole that she
Okay.
had attached to her, but she was so used to it, she would just push her little pole.
When she
Oh yeah. So
And
it was like
just-
becoming like normal to her.
Right.
You was the one that had needing. to
Right. The
adjust.
things that are normal to her is not things that's normal to the average
Right.
child. She just gotta accept it and deal with it. So one night she choked in her sleep, just like I was scared of. And I called the nurse. Oh God, the nurse company was so nasty. They was like, ma'am,
What? Where the
ma'am, first of all, you should have had her laying down. I said, well, look, we got one nurse that said prop a pillow up. Then I got another nurse telling me it don't matter. I said, but what I'm telling you is she in here choking and the thing look like it's trying to come out. I'm scared. Either that or we about to just go to the emergency room.
Right.
So she's worried about throwing blame instead of trying to give
Correct.
Talk you through it.
Right. Right. Exactly.
So they ended up sending the nurse out. The nurse taped her back up, whatever. So I think what happened was it had slid or something. Something must have went the wrong way. I don't know what happened. And then I'd actually been sent home with the port access, which is what I said I won't do either. I was like, you want me to go home with a toddler hooked up to something in her chest?
right.
I'm not about to go home with that. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go home with it. Okay,
They say
cool.
never say never.
Right.
You don't
And
say
I had to do
never.
it.
Say never.
But them shots they wanted me to give her, I wasn't strong enough to do that.
Why is that? Was it because of the long
I
big
just-
shot? Or
I
you just,
I felt like
I
that
don't
was
like
really,
shots either. Jesus.
I couldn't do
I feel
that.
like it's gonna hurt her.
Yeah, I couldn't do that.
So with the feeding tube, does she have to like sleep or have that all day and then you just press the button, or do you have to hook it up?
She
when
has
she's
it
hungry?
on all day. It's in a little book bag,
Okay.
and you just put the little food in there. You hook it up to the machine. You cut it on. But what it was, and I kept telling them, Blessyn don't want to eat this hospital food. I said
She said you get her pizza, so
I had to order pizza every day.
Right.
she ate.
And which got expensive, okay?
Right.
Unlike Blessyn, we literally spending $25, $30 a day at this hospital. But I ain't care. I'm like, forget it. You know, thank God, I can honestly say, like, the support from that city, even strangers, churches, whoever, everybody made sure the girl had her pizza every day. But when we got home, it was in her for like 2 or 3 days. One day she just snatched it out.
So she don't have the fever.
So she don't have it no more.
And after she snatched it out,
What
I was scared when she snatched it out. I called out. I was like, "Look, this thing hanging out of her." He was like, "Is she crying?" I was like, "No."
Did she cry at any point during all of this?
Because that's what I want to
She
know.
only cried when they access her.
Okay.
Because it's
But now she don't.
Okay.
She would cry when they, try to take her blood, but now she don't. She a big girl. She knows, and even her babysitter, she go to Tracy White now. Tracy was like, Tisha, she sit and play with, she sent her babies to the hospital all day. So it's like,
Oh, wow. She's sweet.
she
Oh, my
just,
God.
all day she operate on you. That's what she want to do. She want to take your blood pressure.
She's doing what she knows.
Right.
All right, and I just posted a video the other day. She was delivering a baby. Everything she does.
Maybe she's gonna.
Yeah,
be a
she put the
doctor,
socks
though.
under her doll babies and she tell them to push and they
Shut
come
your
out.
mouth. That's
So
she's gonna be a doctor.
her life is medical.
Wait again,
Yeah,
man.
she's gonna be a doctor.
Who told her about a baby in my t-shirt? What you believe?
Oh, she always tell me it's a baby in my stomach, but ain't no baby in my stomach.
Yeah, well, they do. But I'm talking about as far as the sock push.
She watch YouTube. She loves to
They
sit on
would see some
YouTube.
stuff on YouTube. You right.
Yeah.
She like cleaning up too.
Oh,
she
she-
got to wash my old car. And I told
Oh
her,
yeah. She got mad at Lana because Lana won't let her wash the car.
What's called dirty laundry? Must
"It
have
was
been dirty.
I don't know
She
what."
got to wash
That's
your
why I told her,
car.
I said, don't touch it because it's dirty. And when I said that, she was.
She want to clean your house. She want to wash your car. And she takes very good care of my dad. Like my daddy, like she go over there. She know he need to cane and
And she
stuff.
talking more than ever now, isn't she?
Yeah, we working on communication. So with that, we going through another diagnosis that we working on. We not gonna do that. We ain't even gonna talk about it up there because we ain't gonna speak it.
That's right.
But
So I have a question. One of the viewers wanted to know, does she ask questions? Like why they doing this, or why am I doing this, or why am I here, or whatever her.
she doesn't. We used to have to give her anxiety medicine when we pulled up to the hospital.
Okay.
They put her on medication because she knew, okay, I'm at the hospital. I'm ready to snap out because she know what's going on. But again, because of her communication skills,
Right.
Right.
She don't have to say, Mommy, I'm scared.
right. I know, but like she talks, but she's not putting her words together to actually communicate. Correct. Yeah. So no, not really.
She just cry and stuff.
Yeah.
So
But she
how
knows.
How do you think she is mentally? Like, besides just acting out, like, is there any other way she can tell? You can tell when she's like really processing what's going on.
Or a good day or a bad day.
Or she might just.
Or do you feel like
know.
she feel like that's this norm? This
Right.
is her norm.
This is her norm.
To be honest with y'all, if you was around her, you wouldn't think she had cancer.
Okay.
I mean, if I didn't tell
They
you,
make you
like
feel-
she's so active, you
They
don't
make you feel
know.
good, though,
So
shit.
like last week, they're like, Mom, you need to be careful. Her levels are dropping. I can't tell.
Right.
So when she need blood and stuff, or we're going there, they be like, oh, she need blood. I can't tell. Cause y'all tell me when she need blood, she's gonna be tired. When she needs blood, she's gonna be this.
But she be.
But
up
she's
there
not doing none of
I
that.
don't see any of that
Right.
at home.
So she's
Right.
actually
Beating the
against
odds.
Like,
Yeah.
Definitely.
whatever statistically they're saying this
She's-
should be happening.
Right.
And
Bless
education
you.
wise,
Bless you.
but she's blessed not having that.
No. And see, when it comes to the speech part, people don't understand that I don't really have free time because my goal is to help her beat odds. So when I am off work or when I do have free, we're going to do them flashcards. We're going to read. We got to beat odds right now. So just because I'm off or just because I have nothing to do doesn't mean I'm free. I have a whole situation right here that I have to say, no, I want to take her to the doctor. Look, this is what she's doing. She counts. She knows her colors. She reads well. We just got to be able to communicate. And I've learned that, okay, when it comes to a toddler, I don't care how much you talk to them or how much you talk around them. You have to read to them. And so it's like, that's just where we are now. I'm just trying to get her to, okay, boom. We got to prove to these people that you going to talk.
Right. Right.
So I know you said that Blessing takes something for anxiety, but how are you at work? Do you take something to keep you?
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask you about. How are you doing?
Oh, my doctor, I have all kinds of medications, okay?
Can you get Pink some?
I was in denial at first.
You ain't.
One of my friends was like, Tisha, you need help. Like, she told me, like, you need help. Because I found myself not being myself. Like,
What you mean by that?
I was sitting in the house doing nothing. I'm talking about not taking care, doing nothing. So one day my cousin Vandy came and got me, and she was like, "We ready to go?" I was like, "Where we going?" She said, "You going to get your nails done. You going to get your stuff together because you just sitting in the house. You can't do that."
Right.
Like, y'all, my phone would literally ring. I would look at my phone and be like, "I'm not talking today." Like, I just had an attitude with everybody. I didn't want to be bothered, and I believe I probably ran away people that wanted to be there for me because I would act like that.
Right.
And my mama would call me and be like, "Well, what's wrong? Because your brother said he called you, or your sister said he called you, and you asking them, well, what you want?"
So you had an attitude. So were you like just frustrated with all that you had going on, or were you feeling like no one was like there? Right.
I think I was handling my depression the wrong way.
Right.
Like, you can't say nothing wrong to me, or if I ask you one thing and I don't get the answer, I won't. In my mind, I'm like, everybody doing me dirty because I'm down.
Right.
That's what my man was telling me. Like, okay,
you
cool.
You know how to cope with it. You know how to be level-headed with everything.
Yeah. My attention span was like this.
I'm sure.
And so I went to my doctor. She was like, "Your blood pressure is..." She's like, "You don't feel that?" I was like, "No, I feel fine." But my blood pressure would be through the roof every time I went to the doctor. She was like, "Look, you got to get this together." Right. So she gave me, I'm just like, "Lady, I'm not bipolar. I'm not schizophrenic. Like, why do I have all this medicine?" But every time I go back to her, she said, "You still on your medication?" "Yes, ma'am. I have not took the first one, and I'm not going to take it."
Why did it do
I'm scared. I just don't want to depend on that. I feel like when you're going through things, you got to figure out how to get through without medication. That's just my opinion.
Right. That's me too, though.
Yeah.
But
I need it, and I know I do, but
I got Zoloft, all of that.
Well, I want.
But you just not taking it.
We'll talk after the show because
You're just not taking it though. You're not taking it. Oh wow.
So does her strength keep you sane?
Definitely, it changed me. Because I think everything happened for a reason. At first, I was like, "Why me?" Okay.
Right.
But then I'm like, "Why not me?"
Right.
Because he gonna take somebody that you wouldn't. Like, I never been through anything. I ain't been through nothing life changing. I never had anything happen to somebody close. I never been through anything. So I'm like, okay, he about to use you because look, I need to show you that life can change tomorrow, any second. Right. Appreciate the ones you love. It might tell somebody, look, love on your kids.
Yeah.
Regardless of what you got going on, love on your children.
Right.
And you got to be humble. It's taught me a lot. Like, a lot of things now don't bother me. I'm numb. A lot of things don't bother me that used to bother me. I'm definitely strong, especially for my kids. And, like, even at work, they're like, "You got so much patience."
Do you have any free time for yourself? Like, do you do things like hang out, like just to relax? Like
people offer to keep my daughter all the time. Like, Denise will be like, now Denise is my...
That's the second mommy.
Definitely. Okay.
She has the mama spirit.
And it's you know how God will put people in your life for a reason.
Right. That's right.
I originally took my daughter to her because she wasn't talking. So I'm like, "Denise, you got any openings? Because look, she need to come over there and be with more kids." She was like, "Okay."
Right.
When I got the diagnosis, I can't tell you a day. When them kids was picked up, she was up there at the hospital with me.
Oh wow.
So I can say her and her family ended up being my other family.
That's sweet. They like that though.
Yeah. Definitely was there for me.
They like that.
Definitely.
With everybody.
So she would keep blessing. She'd be like, "Go out, go have fun. Don't call my phone."
Right.
But at 10 o'clock, I'm texting. I'm like, "I'm coming to get my baby."
Yeah.
I can't. I try to go out, but then like 10, 11, I'm coming to get my baby. And anybody that know me know.
Your man is.
I can't. I'm not there yet. Or she'll want to keep her all night. And she'll be like, "You're not coming to get that baby no 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning."
Right.
I can't sleep without her though.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Or my cousin Vanda called me, "I'm going to come get the baby." Matter of fact, Valentine's Day weekend, Vanda said, "You're going to go out, you're going to have fun. Have her ready." I said, "Okay."
Because it's important, Martesha.
It is, and I know I need that.
Yes.
But when I get out, I don't know. I just be ready to go home.
Yeah, she's not there. She's never been like a real big person.
Yeah,
right.
But I know I need that time.
But you got your nails done. What you won't doing a few months ago?
I won't, girl.
They pretty nails.
I won't do it. I just won't. So I'm like, it make you feel, I'm going to feed my face. Okay? And that's where a lot of my weight gain came from. I stress eat. Oh, you called me and said, Martesha, you want to go eat? Baby, you ate yet? You hungry? Where you at? Yeah, so you want to get me out of the house? Yeah, we're going to eat. Yeah. But
Yeah. So other than you not really going out and everything, and now she's starting to get a little bit better, do you see yourself starting to pick up on your social skills or your social life? Because I know you wanted her.
I do, but coronavirus is making it even harder.
It does.
Right.
Yeah.
But I took a risk and got my little first shot last week. I hope I don't, my son,
I did too.
my son told me I'm gonna have a second head and all that
My
extra
children
stuff.
too.
But like I told him, if I have I'm gonna grow a second head.
My children said, "Why you do that, Mom?" I said, "Because I'm trying to protect y'all."
Right. So that's where I was. So many people negative like Martesha, I wouldn't have did that. But I'm like, look, if I was to bring that home, I still work.
Right.
So if I was to bring that home, and something happened to her, I can't live with it because I ain't at least tried. So yes, I'm gonna risk my life for my daughter.
Too, Martesha. I take my second dose this Friday.
Yeah, the second one. I mean, the second one is the one that might hit you, but I have to think about her.
Right.
That's another thing. Everything I do now, I have to think about her. So people like, I want to see you, sir, or whatever. I don't know who you've been around, so you can't just come over here.
Right, because you do have to be careful with her, her
immune system.
Then her low blood cells.
And her system is dropping now.
Yeah.
So, and what makes it drop is the chemo. So it's weird how the thing that's supposed to help you can hurt you. So
that is
I'm steadily, she was in the 600s last week, but she's steadily getting chemo this week. So I know when I go Friday, we may be too low to even get chemo. But I'm prepared for that. See, I try to prepare myself for things that I just got to face reality.
So now if the chemo is what she needs, right? But that's also the same thing that's dropping her count that could put her back in the hospital. What is the options? What are your other options as far as the chemo and then her cells
I believe
dropping?
there are other options in other countries and all of that.
Right.
I believe. Okay. To be honest with you, I haven't researched it because once they told me that this is what's working for her, I'm just going with what's working for her and I'm trusting upstairs.
So they saying it's working for her as far as keeping her in remission, but
Correct.
it's dropping her count.
And it does that for probably everybody.
It does, because my sister actually going through that now, and some functions or we really can't go over there. With me working in the prison, I don't go there with my uniform on at all. No, very rare does company come because of her levels dropping because of chemo.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing with any type of medication that you're on. It
Right.
works for some one thing and
then it hurts another.
Cons and pros for it.
Right.
So how does your son, now that Blessyn is home and she's, and you're right, she is talking and acting like an average child because I've seen her do her thing.
Definitely.
How is he? What is he doing? How is he with it?
He is very helpful with her, but I think when she's sick or when she's home and she's kind of down, all right, Mom, I'm ready to go to my aunt's house. So that's his favorite line.
He gotta get out.
And so he'll go stay. He'll go stay.
So he try to run away from her.
Yeah, so it's like with him,
You don't want to see her hurting.
I'm tight on him, but I can't take his life from him because I really don't want him around nobody. Because I'm like, Jaquarian, look, I don't know where your friends been.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know where these people been. He went to Dave & Buster's last week. I went to tell him so bad, you cannot go to Dave & Buster's. But I got to let him have an outlet or you're going to sit here and stress about her. I got to let him.
Right.
Be a child.
I have to. I can't take away your life because of what she got going on, but I can tell you, look, be careful. Wash your hands, Jaquarian. Do you have your mask on?
Right. Because you don't want him to resent her either, though. You know, what you saying, he can't do this, he can't do that. You don't want him to resent her because she's the reason why you saying no to him.
But he can't handle that. He's not going to go to the ER. He's not going to do any of that. He can't handle that.
Oh, so he can't handle what
So he actually took on your trait. He had one of your traits. Can't handle it. Couldn't handle
But he's good. If she throw up or something, he's real good with stuff like that. Or he'll watch her. He's not scared to watch her, anything like that. But if he know, I don't know why, people think, Mom, you hiding something from me? No. We've been in the hospital all day. It's
They want to know everything.
And I don't. I'm not going to tell you nothing to stress you out. My mama, I said my sister, look, don't y'all call Mom telling her nothing else. Just, she's fine. Blessyn is okay. But it bothers my mom because she wants to be there more, but she can't. She can't drive on the interstate. And, you
So
know.
they kind of figured out that you just bluffing them.
I think that's
You
what
know,
you think.
our mamas know us, girl.
Yeah.
And that makes
Yeah.
her mad because she want to be there.
But when she's on steroids, I be needing some help in that house.
Why?
Steroids makes her literally, she's gonna fight you. I'm talking about
Really?
fall out,
Makes her
beat on
angry.
you. Oh, yes.
So is this when she
so that's-
be right on the walls and stuff?
Oh, she'll do anything.
That's when you always talking about going to get
They
the
would
medicine,
spit
spit
you.
you.
Yeah, they would spit it. They would do anything. They start spitting.
Oh, wow.
So I have to let her babysitter know, hey, this steroids week. Let me know if you need me, or because she's not herself.
So how often does she get the steroids?
Right now, it's every other week. So you got a week on, you got a week off. But the bad thing about them steroids is sometimes I have to end up taking her to the ER because when your body's trying to wean off steroids, you get them headaches that you can't control.
Okay.
So she would scream and holler all night long, but there's nothing I can do about it. So I call her doctor, give her Mountain Dew or give her Pepsi. But Blessyn not gonna drink nothing but she's not gonna drink nothing but orange juice. Sunny Delight is what it has to be. So if you give her Tropicana or something, she knows the difference.
Oh, wow.
She's so
She
smart.
loves something.
Which is why they try to throw autism in there. But I'm like, no, we not even talking about that. She just like what she likes. But
She's an average toddler.
correct. She wanna chew what she wanna chew. She wanna eat what she wanna eat.
But what does the
I
steroids
wouldn't let
do?
them throw too much more.
The steroids is pretty much there to boost the chemo.
Okay.
So it's like
Okay.
the steroid is like the bullet to the gun.
Like a like a
I
boost.
didn't know
Right.
that.
That's what
So
I'm
okay,
wondering.
you're giving her this chemo, but hey, I need to come in and help this chemo work.
Okay.
So that's how that works. But it just, and then when she gets her spinal taps, our good does outweigh our bad. But the spinal taps and the steroids is kind of our issues at home.
Okay.
Where I'm like, I gotta watch her because when she get her spinal tap, if you a mom, you had an epidural, you know how the epidural, you hurt, your head hurt, your back hurt. So she'll get her spinal tap, and when she get home, she might be okay, but them pains and I cry because I'm like, I can't do nothing. So sometimes if her levels are low, they're like, don't give her Tylenol because if an infection is coming, we need that fever to come on. So I have to
Okay.
sit and watch her pretty much.
So how do you work
So-
with all that? I'm sorry, Miss
I
Gomez.
just rub
So
them.
they want her to get the fever to like kind of
Right.
like release whatever
The
toxins
fever
she
lets
has in her
them know
body.
something is not right.
Right. Okay.
So the fever is like your engine light on your car.
Right.
So okay, if the engine light don't come on and you keep driving this car, you're gonna think, okay, everything. Oh, that's a good car, girl. I went and looked at it. It's a good car. Ain't no lights on. The light come on, you know something ain't right.
Right.
So they take blood
Right.
when the people come.
Oh,
That's a lot going on. So you have like, how do you work? You a you do.
yeah. You,
I
that's
don't
a
work
lot.
40 hours a week anymore.
Okay.
Well, I'm supposed to work 40 hours a week. I originally was supposed to be working 28 hours at my job, but now I work. Thank God, Landmark works around my schedule.
Okay.
So if it's a day where I'm like, look, not today. They're real good with stuff like
They
that.
sweet. That's good.
I love my job.
That's
like
good.
if I wasn't working at Landmark, I wouldn't work
Okay.
Oh, you wouldn't?
because I don't think another job be able to deal with everything I got going on.
And they supportive. That's what's up.
They are.
Because
That's
it seemed
what's
like
up.
almost every week you have some type of treatment that you have to take her to or give her that require you to watch her after. So with her having the anger issues or whatever from the steroids, do you discipline her at all?
Martesha's
And
not
how-
on purpose.
No, I don't. But okay, so a part of my support system before she died, I reached out to Michelle.
Okay. Michelle.
I reached out to Michelle Hall because she went through cancer too. So I kind of asked all them questions. Before Michelle passed, she asked me, "Can I link you with Andrea, which is Super TJ's mom?"
Oh, yeah.
Super who?
Super TJ.
Super TJ's mom. She said, "Can I reach out to her, give her your number? I want to make sure you have somebody else, you can talk to." So I bother her all the time because I'm like, look, you've been going through this longer than I have. So, and she the sweetest. She be like, Martesha, look, they still kids. You can be her. But I'm scared because I'm not gonna lie, I can just pop her and they're gonna bruise. But see, I guess it depends because her cancer is in her blood. I don't know if they just thin at the time.
Yeah.
I don't even have to heat Blessyn hard. She done look like somebody done just tore her up.
Wow.
So And I think she kind of know that.
Yeah, I'm sure she does.
So
She
you
probably
think
know
she
that.
take advantage of the fact that she knows that you're not.
And she's not a bad child at all.
Don't
Blessyn
know
is
when to
more.
calm down.
She is more so. She's bossy. It's like
Right.
my way. This is what I want. This is what I'm gonna do.
Stubborn, like my baby.
Yeah, and it's like, so she's not. She's mouthy, very mouthy.
Yeah.
Mouthy.
She got her last word, and her mouth is very smart. But
She said you was worried about her not talking before, and now she's talking. You gonna listen to her.
yeah. But I do try. I chastise her, like, and then she know if I cut the lights off, or she would go say, "Mommy, I'm going to time out," and that's what pissed me off more is she knows she wrong.
Oh wow.
So before you
'Cause it's like-
you're putting in time out.
Yeah, or if I cuss, she said, "Excuse me, you cussing?" I'm like, I'm sorry. Mommy, time out. You cussing? So she knows right from wrong.
Yeah.
But it's me. I just be wanting her to have. Look, I don't know. You might not feel good tomorrow, so
You want to
turn up today. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Just go ahead. But my Shay texted me. She said, "Look, you spare that rod." I said, "Yes, ma'am." Okay.
But you don't.
So everybody tell you like, so do your son feel a certain kind of way? Because like, do you discipline him? But I know he's older, but do you like put him on punishment and stuff like that?
No.
Okay, well then that's just.
Well, I see him. He's so used to me. All I do, I'm gonna take your phone. Where you at? I'm gonna take your, and I don't ever do it. So I'm more of a yeller.
Me too.
I just sit and scream and holler all day, and they know I ain't gonna do nothing.
I sit and scream and holler. I do something though.
Yeah, speak louder.
No, you lying.
Being that you have 2 kids, Tisha, do you spend time with each of them separately?
To be honest, Jacorian is his own little world right now. Okay,
How old is he?
He's 16.
He got a girlfriend.
Girl. So, he is on the world. But I do try to look. We used to do Monday nights was family night. So Monday nights was our night. We gonna go out to eat. We gonna do Monday night because I felt like Monday night was more mellow in restaurants. It's not as busy. People already did their thing. We would go out to eat. But she can't do Chuck E. Cheese. So it's like it's hard to do stuff. So what I do now is. Then I actually have a house. What I do is we set the garage up. You let his little friends come over there. I just might get food or we cook food. Let them have at it. We do stuff in the house.
Okay.
So I try to do something every weekend. I just let friends come over. Y'all just do y'all
Do
thing.
Blessyn like to wear her mask? Or she don't do
Oh, she gonna tell you put your mask on
okay.
and you gonna wash your hands.
Good. Okay.
So at my door is the
Check the temperature and everything when people come in.
I don't really let nobody come to my house.
Gotcha.
Hand sanitizer.
Sanitizer is at my door before you get in my house. Blessing. You wash your hands.
I'm talking about the kids.
Wear your
though.
mask.
The kids that come in the garage, the company.
Well, normally I say call me when you get outside or whatever, and I just lift my garage up. But the kids,
Gotcha.
I don't really let people.
In the
Just
house.
I don't.
Gotcha.
But I mean, if they do, I just pray and just look.
Because my mama, what she has, we don't have a lot of company, but when I do shower and go over, me and my kids to visit my sister to check on them, she has a little table with her hand sanitizer, her Lysol, some get sprayed down, wiped down, checking the temperature. But so she got the one that you just put up to your forehead and check it. So.
Because it's like even her birthday is coming up. So I felt bad. I'm like, I can't just not do nothing. I don't know. So I joined a group, a support group, but that wasn't for me. Okay. Because the stories they was telling me, I didn't want to hear. It was true stories. But I didn't want to hear how, with so many parents, because my daughter was 2, she got rid of it, it came back when she was 6, and I can't handle those kind of stories.
Oh, yeah.
So the support groups wasn't for me. My doctor suggested that I get in a support group, but that wasn't for me.
You don't want to hear about all this happen again. Yeah.
I couldn't handle
I
that.
can understand that, but I think with support groups and stuff like that, it may not help you immediately, but long term, it may help you. But can't anybody force you to go in?
I tried it.
Handle it how you handle it. I'm just saying for long term, it may help you out.
So have you done a research on leukemia? Because sometimes, if I'm not mistaken, I think I heard one time that mainly Caucasian kids or people would get leukemia.
I asked, was it hereditary? He said no. Because I was like, okay, where's this coming from? I'm like, people are like, so much stuff come from food. Well, she won't eat food. So was it the milk? What is it?
Right.
He was like, well, like they can't tell you where it came from. Because I mean,
been
it wasn't on my end, my family. Far as I know of, not even on his dad's side, on her dad's side. So I don't know where it came from. But the type she has is ALL type B, which means it's easy to get rid of, but it's welcoming back.
That's what I was going to ask you. Would it come back though?
Easy to get rid of,
But it will come back.
Right. So they consider her cancer free 5 years after this is over.
Okay, so by the time she's about 7 or 8, no, about
She'll
8 or
be
9.
about 9.
About 8 or 9, yeah.
Right. So it is gone technically, but you got 5 years that you need to watch out for certain stuff,
Okay.
and she still would have to go her visits every 3 months or whatever to make sure. But that's why I'm not glad that she has it, but the fact that she's young and maybe she won't remember as much, and I just pray that it don't come back.
Right.
So we can just go back, because
there's really nothing you can take or do
no.
that it don't come back.
It's just something that came about.
So they don't tell you to like keep her like on different type of vitamins and stuff like that to keep.
They will tell you vitamins and stuff don't work.
Really?
Because they said because of the cancer she has and because it pretty much it's in her blood, it attacks her immune system. That's what she has. So, but I mean, another parent told me that he gives his son broccoli and his numbers stay up.
Okay.
Oh, well, yeah, broccoli is good.
He told me, he said, look, try to make her a juice and get broccoli and
Grind it in.
Yeah, and just
Okay.
get her to drink that juice, but that don't work. She's not.
She don't like it.
No.
If she don't want to drink nothing but orange juice, she knows she ain't drinking that.
Yeah, she only drinks. I mean, and it could be
my baby
Tropicana
love
orange juice. She's not gonna drink it. Like that's all she would drink is orange juice.
Does she stay hydrated or does she get very dehydrated?
It's weird. So one time I called the doctor. I was like, "Why is her body hot but she don't have a fever?" And they was like, "That's a sign that maybe she needs fluids." So we did go through a part where we stayed at the hospital, always getting fluids. But I'm like, what is it that's draining her?
She don't constantly ask you for like, can I get some drink? I just want drink. So she's
So like I said, it's just she's very resilient. Her paperwork never matches her body, never matches her.
Right.
So I can go to the doctor Friday. They can say, hey, her ANC level is 12. Her blood count is X, whatever. She needs this. I don't see that at home. And I used to feel bad when I went to the doctor because I'm like, was I not paying her no mind?
Right, make you think.
Her
Right.
body doing completely different.
Yeah. So and then when I give her medicine on Friday, they be like, Mom, she's gonna be out the weekend. Out.
Resting.
Who out?
You wanted to be out. It's raining outside. You want to lay down and sit.
Who out? Yeah, because I
What
was.
just happened?
Yeah.
What just happened?
I'm like, hold on, wait a damn minute. Who out?
But it make you feel good though.
It
They
does.
said she could be out and down, tired, asleep.
I have not seen that, y'all.
That's why you don't beat it.
I have not seen that.
That's probably why you don't pop and stuff. Cause I'm telling you, that was me. They said, man, can be down. Turn the house down.
I let her do whatever.
Yeah,
right,
I would
right.
be the same way.
I let her do whatever.
Little do whatever.
So let me ask you this. Being that, you're a strong mom and stuff, like, how is her dad? Is her dad and his side in the picture? Like, how are they?
Next question, please.
Oh, next question.
None
No.
of
Let me say
none
that
of
back.
them. None of them
Let me
involved.
say that back. So right now her dad is not out. Okay, he's not out right now.
Okay.
But when he was home, she knows her daddy, and I'll admit she loves the ground her daddy walk on. Okay,
Don't they?
Most of us do.
she does.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I wouldn't feed her anything negative, none of that.
Oh.
Because I feel like what she know is what she know, okay? She know if I said my dad don't want a Happy Meal, my dad will come here and bring me a Happy Meal. He can't handle things. He handled his different way. He can't see. He went with me to the hospital one time. The doctor came in and she said, is he okay?
Hey, I can see.
He
I
was
can
all
see
to
most-
pieces. Men
Yeah.
can't handle that for one.
I don't think
For
they
two, that's your baby girl. So you can't watch your baby girl go through that, and that's your
that
only child. So he was like, I can't do this. He walked out. I didn't make him. She was like, Mom, do he need water? I was like,
He ain't ready to do it.
I said he was incarcerated. Okay, he came home to this. This is new to him, so he doesn't know how to handle that. So one day he was at the house and I was doing her mouth. He was like, "What you doing?" I was like, "I have to do her mouth every night to make sure she don't get cancer sores." He was
Well,
like,
like clean
So
it out.
you have to swab it every night?
"Swab it with Biotine every night." And because she can't go to the dentist right now because her levels won't get high enough. So if the dentist accidentally even poke a gum, and she bleed. That's not good. So when she went and got the coronavirus test, it scared the mess out of me because they stuck it up there. But again, dealing with blood, my baby was choking clots of blood because they touched one little thing.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
Oh, wow.
You don't make him feel bad though that he can't handle it though, or you just feel
I don't, but then a part of me is like, look, I couldn't.
You should, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's true, because you couldn't handle it, but you
But
did.
one thing you can say that it made you grow up.
Oh,
You know what I'm
definitely.
saying? So
yeah.
So it made
Me
a better
appreciate
woman.
life. It made me look. I mean, I know now. Look, you can't be out here just spending and blowing money, which I never did. I know that. Okay, cool, Tisha. If she, let's say next, like then her levels are down. Okay, so let's just say you end up back in the hospital.
Right.
You still got bills. You still got lights, water.
You gotta take care of all that.
Carry
Yeah.
on. So I have to save money. It's just me and my kids. So,
So Martesha, I know before we started, you were saying how you never really talked about this.
no.
So you had people reach out to you.
I do, and I want to say this. A lot of people do inbox me, and I don't open it. But I don't want you to think I'm trying to be funny or I'm ignoring you. I have times when I want to read things.
Okay.
Because I'm a real emotional person. Like, if you see me sitting in my car, my time is in my car.
Okay.
Okay.
So, if I'm just sitting in my car, literally, I will pull up in my car and just sit there, and that's my moment. And the only person that can tell when I've been crying, Denise can tell when I've been crying. She be like, "What's wrong with you? Tighten up." But like, I have my moments by myself, like, or it's just certain people that can get that out of me. Like, you could be talking to me and you be like, "How Blessyn doing?" But if it was a bad day or a bad week that I never talked about, I just break down crying.
Gotcha.
But I just found a reason to laugh. Like, I laugh and joke a lot to just keep myself going. I don't like talking about it. But my moments are in my car.
Well, Martesha, thank you for like letting Wait Again a Minute like actually have you here to talk about it.
Thank you.
Do it feel good? Did let it out? Being that this your first time really talking about
It do,
to
but I know now.
outside.
I do, but I know now. My family, my friends probably gonna be like, "Well, I ain't telling me this," or "What was going on then?" or whatever.
But it should understand.
But yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't. Like I said, I just don't want nobody to ever think that I inbox her to check on her, or people send me scriptures. People send me. I mean, pastors pray a lot. Like, a lot of pastors visit me, and I be needing that, and they just don't even know that. People gotta understand, support is not always financial.
That's right.
Right.
That's
That's
right.
not the thing. People will be like, "Girl, when I get some money." No.
Right.
A simple Martesha, you okay?
You all right?
Like, it's not always about that. Support is not always financial. And like I said, it's so many churches, like pastors that visit the hospital, or they still text me or they message me, and I be needing that. Because it seems like God will send you who you need right then.
Right.
And certain people can just feel, I'm not okay. And I be like, hey, where you come from? But, yeah.
So what made you say yes?
Yes. So wait
Tonight.
a minute. Yeah.
Because I felt comfortable. Like, I know you. Shantae pretty much family. And your mama dope, too. Your mama don't miss nothing. Your mama don't miss an event. Your mama comes to my house. Like, your mama, yeah. And then, you know, I know Rashida.
Right.
I know you. I felt okay.
That's
Like,
what's up.
okay, cool.
Wait again a minute. Wait again.
But I wasn't, to be honest, I wasn't ready for the church thing because I felt it was going to be more of a religious point of view. Not saying it's a problem, but I thought I can be myself, and
Here.
it's just different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But one thing that I do want to say, like to anybody that's going through it, is there's so many options and so much support out there that you won't know about unless you ask.
That's right.
And that's, when I say, like, as far as if you're a parent that's out of work, because I've had parents reach out to me and be like, look, you know, should I stop working, or how did you make it? There's a lot of options. You just have to seek out to your counselor at the hospital.
That's right.
Western Tidewater.
A lot of resources.
It's a lot of resources that you won't know about. And that whole nursing thing, if you have a child right now, especially right now during COVID, and you feel like you don't want to go to work, the health department going to tell you don't qualify for a nurse. They're going to tell you that. They done came to my house twice. You don't qualify. You don't qualify. I reached out to Moms in Motion. So if you have a child that's dealing with cancer, you reach out to Moms in Motion, and you keep trying that, and you get your doctor to do your paperwork, and you get your counselor to do your paperwork. Moms in Motion going to kick in and help you.
That's right.
Whether it's 28 hours, 40 hours or whatever. Just prove to them that you're working full time and you're going to get the help that you need.
That's right.
Gas and stuff like that, CHKD does have.
And the Easy Pass.
You can get your Easy Pass. You can get gas cards. They will help you with your rent.
You gotta
It's a lot of sources, but if you don't ask, you won't know.
Cause they ain't gonna tell you.
But you have to dig and ask these people. And it's a lot of things that Medicaid offers them. So, like, if you have a child on pull-ups, Medicaid will help you. They'll send you pull-ups. It's a lot of things out there to help you. So if anybody's going through and you want to know, I can try my best. You can inbox me, to help you figure out what resource is best for you.
Right.
But my only, all I can say is if you're going through it, just keep your head up. And you won't be down forever. Because I can say we had better good days. And just keep death out of your mind.
That's right.
Right.
Just focus on.
Think positive.
Exactly.
That's good. So, for Wait Again, man, we ask all of our guests that comes on to give us some feedback, to keep us going, keep Wait Again Minute going. So, do you have any feedback you can give us here at Wait Again Minute?
I mean, from what I see, I do feel like, is y'all topics are topics that people really go through every day.
Right.
So I do look at it as a helpful, motivating type of show, which is very good because I don't remember the lady's name, but it was a real touching one y'all had not too long ago, the wig lady. I'm pretty sure she helped a lot of people because, and y'all don't really, you make them comfortable when you come on. You don't ask questions that nobody wants to answer.
Right.
Okay.
So I really, stay tuned to Wait Again Minute.
Hey. Thank you, Martesha.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Martesha, we definitely thank you for coming past Wait Again Minute, dropping in. And like you said, the purpose of Wait Again Minute is to encourage somebody and inspire and have everyday conversation. So, again, we are praying for you. Blessyn is going to do what she's going to do.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, God has control, and He's already working it out. So
Yes, ma'am.
if there's anything that we can do, like they say in church, just let us know.
Okay.
Just let us know. But and like I said, we definitely appreciate you saying yes because you don't know what you may have done for somebody who's listening.
Martesha, keep strong and thank you for not crying. Because if you would have
Thank
cried,
you.
maybe you already knew I would.
See, that was easy. No.
Good night.
Good night.